guys, today's video is going to be a book review of The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, which is the book for January for my book club that I'm in. The Night Circus is a tale of several things. Of two magicians who are caught up in a conflict due to their mentors, of a young boy who feels a disconnect with his home, of two remarkable twins, of a master clockmaker who becomes a writer, and most especially of how all of these are connected. A magical circus that only opens at night. The two principal characters are Celia and Marco, who are the two magicians, but neither of them are the true hero of the story, though they do a lot to facilitate the hero's coming and the plot itself, to be honest. I loved this book, which was brilliant because it was the first book I'd read in 2015, and I just loved it. It was one of the few 5-star ratings I've got on Goodreads, and it was the first book I've read on 2015. I'm starting the year off well, to be honest, really, I feel. I loved so many things about the story. Celia, Marco, Poppet, Widget, and Bailey all felt like really well-developed characters, as did most of their supporting cast. So it just really worked really well like that. I really felt a lot for Isabel, who I felt had been handed the short straw in the love triangle between her, Celia, and Marco. From the beginning, she didn't really stand a chance, and I felt really bad for her. The atmosphere of the book was just fantastic, and it just flowed off the page, or in my case, screen, because I was reading it on my Kindle app on my phone. I loved that it had such a rich breadth of detail, and it just made me think that it must have been like that to step into there, because it felt somewhat like sensory overload. There was so much detail, and I just couldn't take it all in at once. However, it did still seem very magical and mysterious, which just blew me away. Bailey and her Thiessen were great characters to explore the infectious atmosphere of the Night Circus with, and it was just wonderful. They both had their sense of awe and wonder, and throughout the entire time, their more mundane views of it added to the magical power of the story. It makes more sense in my head, I think. The plot seemed well crafted, if somewhat predictable at times, but the concept of two magicians dueling, not by throwing fireballs at each other, but by creating something beautiful and then holding it to see if they can sustain it longer than the other person. I wish I'd thought of that. It's one of those ideas. There's so many of them, but it's one of those ideas that I wish I had thought of first, because it makes as much sense. It makes so much sense. The only real criticism I have of this book is that it's somewhat Eurocentric and heteronormative, but Tsukiko subverts both of those counts somewhat, so overall I just adored this book. It was just so magical, and it had an infectious atmosphere, and it had decent characters and plot, and really quite fantastic premises in the entire dueling and everything. And like I said, I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. This can be a book that can change your entire outlook, and I feel like, to a certain extent, that's what it's done for me. The comment question for today is, what did you think of this book if you've read it? If you haven't read it, then are you looking forward to it? Or are you not even planning to read it at all? Tell me in the comments below. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you remember to like and share it and subscribe to my channel. Click on the thumbnails above to see other videos by me, including a look back at my memory chest for 2014 and my New Year's commitments for 2015. Bye!